Hey guys, it's lukemick here, and this is my review for White House Down. So White House Down stars Channing Tatum, Jamie Foxx, Jason Clarke, and James Woods, and it's directed by Roland Emmerich, the guy who directed Independence Day. Now essentially this movie is pretty much the same thing as Olympus Has Fallen, a film that came out earlier this year, but I will say right away that I enjoyed White House Down quite a bit more, and I'll explain to you guys why in this review. So the story, all you really need to know is Channing Tatum is pretty much the guy that has to protect Jamie Foxx, who plays the president under this whole kind of complicated circumstance, and I'm not really going to get into that. And all he really has to do is protect the president and escort him out of the White House, which is under attack by terrorists at the moment. So that's pretty much the story. It's kind of the same thing as Olympus Has Fallen, don't really want to get into it. Let's talk about the performances. Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx, I think, really work well together. There's a lot of good chemistry between them. They're funny, and I just think they work well together. They're definitely much more entertaining than Gerard Butler and Aaron Eckhart in Olympus Has Fallen. And I'm going to be comparing this to Olympus Has Fallen a lot throughout the review because essentially they are kind of the same movie. But they are also different, so they're not the same movie. But anyways, Jason Clarke in this movie plays the bad guy. He was in Zero Dark 30, and he played the guy, spoiler alert for The Great Gatsby, he is the guy who killed Gatsby in The Great Gatsby. He, I think, does a really good job in this movie. All the movies I've seen him in, I've liked. Not the movies, necessarily, but him. I think he's a really good actor, and his bad guy, the villain in this movie, there's not a lot about him. You don't really know much about him. You know, he was an ex-Marine or something. Well, that's all you really know, but I just feel like he was pretty menacing, and he actually posed a threat for Channing Tatum when they had confrontations. Maggie Gyllenhaal's there as well, and she does pretty good. And James Woods is there, and I haven't really seen a James Woods movie, I don't think, but he also does a good job. So let's kind of talk about the style of this movie and how it's different from Olympus Has Fallen. Olympus Has Fallen is an R-rated movie. It was definitely going towards the more violent side, and I think that Olympus Has Fallen does win in the violence level, but I'll have to say that White House Down wins in the action level. White House Down had way more action. It was way better handled, I think. Olympus Has Fallen, it was kind of boring, and White House Down I thought was generally always entertaining. Now White House Down, I'm not sure if everyone's going to like it, but I will say that it's really fun to watch. It's definitely cheesy and silly, and I know that can turn people off, and it turns me off sometimes too, but I think it worked well in here. There were some pretty predictable parts, but what are you going to do? It's a little cliched, and I thought the direction was for the most part good, and the cinematography was good. It all looked really nice, and you know, I just thought it was a really fun summer blockbuster movie. I mean, it definitely was better than Olympus Has Fallen, so I'm going to go ahead and give it 4 out of 5 stars. This is lukemick signing off. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.